Good morning. Welcome to the Sunday morning worship service of DuPage Unitarian Universalist Church in Naperville, Illinois. I'm Kelly Trombley-Freitag, a member of your Board of Trustees. We are glad you are here, whether you are present in the sanctuary this morning or watching remotely. It is so good to be together. We welcome you to our church, invite you to get to know us better after the service. As Unitarian Universalists, we hold that there are many paths to truth and meaning, and we support one another on our spiritual and religious journeys while holding ourselves in covenant. The rich liberal legacy of Unitarian Universalism is rooted in our faith's 7 principles. These principles guide our faithful actions as we work to transform the world to be more just and equitable. You may find these principles listed on our website or on the wall in our social hall. Whoever you are, wherever you are on life's journey, wherever you are in the world, you are welcome here. And now, if you are online, I invite you to greet each other through the chat. And if you are present here, I invite you to turn to someone you did not come with and greet them with a wave and a good morning. Good morning.
Good morning. I'm Stephanie Quirk, and I am Vice Chair of the Communications for our Embracing Our Future Capital campaign. Last week, we were excited to share with you that we not only have exceeded our original goal, but that we also had exceeded the amount needed to pay off all of our loans over 3 years. I think we can celebrate that. Yes. And I have to share with you that we have continued to experience your generosity over the past week. And it seems that we are truly moving toward funding the dreams that you have been sharing with us. On a personal level, I'm a parent of a young child here at DUUC, and all of the generosity that I've seen over the past few months makes me feel like this community values the future of my family here. I can't thank you all enough for giving us this gift.
I'm Kat Gelder. I'm one of the co-chairs of the Capital Campaign, and I wanted to let you know that we are hoping to wrap up our campaign in the next 2 weeks, and that there are several ways to participate in it. We have cottage meetings scheduled today and the next 2 Sundays at 1 p.m., as well as a Saturday evening and a Wednesday morning meeting following the Elders Circle on April 24th. In these meetings, we'll be asking you about your dreams for the future of DuPage Unitarian Universalist Church. We will have both campaign pledge cards and annual promise cards available at these meetings. Even if you cannot give a gift to the campaign that is monetary in nature, we would like a gift of your attention and your words. We would love to hear from you. The signups are in Creeves Hall after each service. If you do not plan to attend, you can make a gift to the campaign and make your 24-25 annual promise by going to Realm. There is a sheet of instructions on how to do this at our table in Creeves Hall. We do need everyone's promise so that the board can forage a budget in May for us to vote on. On a personal note, my husband and I also have a young child here, and I am also so grateful that you are all supporting our future as a family in this community. Thank you all so much.
I light the chalice today for our third Unitarian Universalist principle. We believe in the acceptance of one another and encouragement to spiritual growth in our congregations. Welcome to this place of love, of communal flourishing. We enter this worship space to open our hearts, to expand our minds, and to see the sacred within each other. Today, our worship will be experiential and hands-on as we explore the beauty inspiration, and transformative power of creativity through music, spoken word, and visual art. On your chair is a piece of paper and a marker. There's also a pencil, but that's for later. During the service, you are invited to use the marker to draw lines on this paper. You will notice that there are beginnings of lines already on the paper, and just connect the lines in whatever creative way you would like. And here are some examples. When you have drawn your lines, sometime during the service, when you feel moved to, you can come up and post your paper on the screen wall. And you can see how they connect the lines. What we want to do is we'll put them on there so that all the lines connect up, and we'll have a very extract visual to look at. Come, let us worship together. Please stand in body or spirit and join us in singing hymn number 298, Wake Now My Senses.
Please join me in our mission statement. We gather as an inclusive community to grow in character, mind, and spirit, and to transform the world toward fairness, love, and compassion.
Our vision of beloved community is rooted in the relationships we have with each other, our world, and creation. Each week, we share our joys and concerns. I'd like to start with our flowers today were given by Bob Smallwood in loving memory of his wife, Nancy Fleming. Tom Chalkley, who will be at the second service, would like to share that Babs Buttress Chalkley has a milestone birthday today. She has turned 80 years old. And a sad message from Barb Bruce. Her husband Dan passed away earlier this week from complications involved in his long-term health issues and COVID pneumonia. Her daughter is in town staying with her, and she does not need any meals at this time, but she is open to cards and calls. Even with the cares of the world that weigh on us, may we find joy in our connections with each other and in the pleasures that life holds. Let us care for one another and for ourselves in all the ways we can. As we hold each other in our hearts and minds with all the joys and all of our sorrows, whether spoken or unspoken, let's build an altar together. In a moment, I will invite adults, children, families to come forward as you're so moved and help us build the altar. And you can do this throughout the whole service. So you can see we have the table in front, we have sand, we're building a mandala. This altar is big enough for many different beliefs and expressions of the sacred. I invite you to come forward and help make a mandala, a picture of the universe. You can make a mark, a shape, or words with sand as a way of expressing your dedication to this community. Do not be afraid to allow your marks to cross over onto your neighbors because we all share this space. But don't erase what has already been done. So now I would like to invite you to start coming forward as you're so moved, and you can do this all during the service, so that we may build this altar together. You'll have the whole rest of the service to complete the altar. As we do this, Vera will play music for our meditative prayer. It is time to gather. And I have a few questions for you to think about. I don't want you to answer them out loud, but think of the answers in your head. What does it mean to show up? How do you show up? What does it mean to choose your attitude? How does your attitude change the way things are? And what are some ways you can make a person's day? So once upon a time, in the city of Seattle, at the Pike Place Market, there was a stall that sold fish. Customers who wanted service had to work to get the attention of the men behind the counter who were big, burly fishmongers. And that's the name for the people that sell the fish. It wasn't always easy. The staff seemed to work in slow motion. Picking up cold, smelly fish all day was hard, boring work. And when a customer wanted to buy a fish, the fish guys used to walk from behind the counter, go around and pick up the fish, and then walk back behind the counter to wrap up the fish and ring up the purchase. Well, one day, the new owner of the fish stall gathered all the fishmongers around him, and he asked for their ideas on how they could sell more fish. And after a while, a young fish guy spoke up, "Hey, why don't we become world famous?" It was a radical idea, but that's usually something that comes from someone too innocent or inexperienced to know any better. But the idea took hold and grew. The fish guys discovered 4 important creative principles that would soon make them world famous. Show up, choose your attitude, play, and make people's day. So one day, soon after the meeting, one of the fishmongers walked around the counter to get a fish for a customer, but then he did something different. Instead of walking back around the counter with the fish, he threw it to one of the other guys to weigh and wrap. Whoa! Not only did this cut out a lot of walking, but it created a new form of performance art. Fish were flying at the Pike's Place Market. Soon, all day long, fish were being tossed over the counter by the fish guys to the delight of local shoppers and tourists from all over the world. The stall with the flying fish at the Pike Place Market did indeed become world famous. And the fish guys weren't slow and bored anymore. Their work had become play. They had a successful business plan and were even hired by other businesses to teach their workers what the fish guys had discovered. To show up, choose your attitude, play, make people's day. Let's see what it looks like when the fish are being tossed around to each other. Toss, toss. There's some fishmongers back there that are looking for a fish. There we go. Incoming from the back. All right, it's time to weigh and wrap the fish. Send them up this way. All right, let's sing to the children.
Giving of our treasure is how we reciprocate the many gifts we are given by this community. Your contribution supports the programs and operations of DuPage UU Church. Giving is also how we live our values in the world. Each month, we share our offerings with an organization nominated by the congregation and selected by the special offering team. This April, the special collection will benefit Hope, Fair Housing, nominated by DUUC member Barbara Roos. Based in Wheaton, Illinois, Hope serves over 30 counties in northern and north central Illinois to create greater housing opportunities so that everyone has the opportunity to live in the community, home, apartment of their choice, free from discrimination. Hope accomplishes this through education, outreach, enforcement, training, and advocacy. Now, as we prepare to take the offering, I would ask you to look at the paper being handed out by the ushers. The top of the page says topic poem, okay? If you are inclined to do so, fill in the blanks to create a poem. The first line is the topic. Now this can be a thought from today or maybe something that's been on your mind this past week or something on your way to church this morning. The second line is 2 adjectives or adverbs. The third line is 3 verbs. The fourth is a word, comment, and the last line is a synonym for the topic on the first line. This is what you call instant poem. After the offering is over, we will invite up to 8 people with poems to recite them to the congregation. Please come forward when you are ready, and I ask that you do follow the format on the page. This morning's offering to support the work of DuPage Unitarian Universalist Church and Hope Fair Housing Action Center is given and received in a spirit of generosity and gratitude.
Would anybody like to come up and share their poem? Come on up, Carol. Come on up. Just form a line behind the mic right here. We'll start with Carol.
Surprise, unexpected, different. Run, play, jump. No more for her happening. Strolling, deliberate. Got a shorty here. All right. Strolling, deliberate, slow, observing, inhaling, exhaling, enjoying the great outdoors, sauntering.
Generosity, helpful, kindly, run, play, jump. All is so welcome. Magnanimity.
Sunshine, bright, beautiful, shine, move, scent. More beautiful each day, happiness.
Love, universal, passionate, manifesting, giving, believing. Mother Earth needs healing, joy.
Spring, hopeful, insistent, cajoles, thrills, seduces, wrapping us in possibilities, a new beginning.
I cheated. Flying fish, preposterous, agnosticus, dancing, cavorting, silliness, free to be me, sea saucers.
She should have been last. Happiness, joyfully, positively, grateful, present, generosity. It is my decision. Contentment.
Migration, wild imperative, navigating, gathering, resting, toward new life and opportunity, renewal.
Nature, mindless, prolific, creates, destroys, deceives. Good, bad, either, neither. Reality.
Contentment, joyful, lovingly, shaping, knowing, creating. They look with wonder, serenity.
Traveling, hopefully, purposefully, working, doing, showing. Respect leads to peace, transformative.
All right, we'll finish with Don.
Sky, beautiful, sunny, smiling, opening, bringing light compassionately to all. Heaven.
Thank you all for sharing your art with us. Please stand and body our spirit and join us in singing hymn number 77, Seek Not Afar for Beauty. In our Unitarian Universalist religious education programs, we give our youth the tools to develop their beliefs and to articulate what those beliefs are. However, we do not teach one belief that must be followed. We share many beliefs and allow the students to grab hold of the ones that they feel most comfortable with. What we end up with are many different beliefs, yet somehow, when all these beliefs are brought together, a pattern emerges. The resulting pattern is what we might call Unitarian Universalism. Behind me is a visual of what this might look like. Each unique square could be a different belief. And I created this by tie-dyeing paper towels. So you do this by taking a single sheet of paper towel, fold it into a square or triangle or any odd shape, and drip various colors of dye onto it. And then I put it between two pieces of cardboard, stomp on it to get all the excess out and make sure that the dyes go through. And then you unfold it, and you get a unique, one-of-a-kind piece of art. I then laid them out next to each other, and as I said, each paper towel square is completely different. But when you lay them all together, a new pattern emerges, and each individual piece takes on components of the square next to it. Now you're probably thinking, if each square is unique and unrepeatable, how was I able to create two similar murals? Well, everyone needs a little mystery in their life. Let's meditate. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Look at one of the murals. Focus on one of the tie-dye squares. Think about what colors are on your square. Do you have bright colors on your square, or are they dark? Is your pattern symmetric? Look at how different the squares adjacent to yours are. Do they have a different pattern? Or maybe the colors are completely different. Perhaps your square is full of color and the others have lots of white space. Look for its pair on the opposite mural. At first glance, it looks like a perfect equal to your square. It's pretty close to being exact, except that it is a mirror image. Look to see if there are differences between your two squares. Look back at your original square. How can it be that your square fits into this mural? Focus on the squares that are surrounding yours. Do any of their colors blend into your colors? Do their patterns complement your patterns? Are they dark surrounding your brightness. When looking at the larger area, does your square take on some of the characteristics of the surrounding squares? Yet, is your square still remarkable enough to stand out? If your square was someone's belief, would it be closed-minded, or would it share some of the beliefs of those around it? Make your focus wider and look at the whole mural. If these were people's beliefs, would you say that they are compatible with those around it? Can you find a path of patterns between the beliefs in the top right-hand corner that winds itself down to the beliefs in the bottom left-hand corner? When you view each mural, it is a bunch of individual tie-dye squares, or has it become one? Breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out. So I will give you a hint as to how you can make two nearly identical murals, and that is 2-ply paper towels. Please stand in body or spirit and join us in singing hymn number 108, My Life Lives On in Endless Song. Take a moment and look at the beauty that has been created in this room. Reflect on the music and the words that you have heard here. These closing words are from the Reverend Barbara Wells. May you find the deep peace of creation flowing in your spirit. May your senses awake to the creative spark that lives in you. May you walk in beauty and seek to create beauty wherever you go. May you take the risk of discovering the divine within you and around you. And may the Spirit of life bless you with courage and hope as you live creatively with others by your side. Today is Art Day. After this service, for the Education Hour, Carrie Friedman and her art students from Northern Illinois University have some art projects for you to do in the Learning Center. Everyone is welcome to join us.
We extinguish the light of this chalice, but not the light in our hearts. Until we meet again, may the warmth of our community carry you.